Howdy folks, Grok the DuckFarmer here. I'm playing Factory in the Sky 4 on the FTOG server, and I'm hanging up here at build height. Well, that up there is build height. I needed to get down enough blocks so that these windmills from Mekanism could be up here and spin. And yeah, this is my power source. I actually decommissioned my lava generators, those heat generators, because they produce about, let's round up because I lava logged them, 40 RF per tick each. So call that 160. These are doing a whole lot more because they're up at build height. If we take a look at this, they're producing 192 each. So this one is doing more than the other four was doing, and so yeah, this is way better. Plus I've got these tesseracts and I figured I might as well use them, so why not? I went ahead and made some of these deep slate waystones because I think they're really cool looking. I'm gonna have to make a regular stone one because that completes the quest. Anyway, I'm gonna jump back to Grokberg. Sadly, it costs a little bit of experience, but that's okay because I have one left, as you can see right now. And the nice thing is it's not eating up the experience of an entire level, but the small little experience. It says experience cost 2. So let's look down there. Yeah, it's not a full level. That's okay. Did complete this, so now I have 16. I only needed 15, but I like the symmetry here. So now I can go all the way to level 30 in chance. Not that I have 30 levels. I have 1. I do like having the lapis just sitting in there. That whatever mod does this, I like. I did put up the target dummy so I could sit there and say, aha, 5 points of damage. And that's because I've got this glove, which increases my damage plus 4 attack. So instead of doing 1, I'm doing 5, which is much better. Or I could use my atomic disassembler, whang, and do 25. So much better. Speaking of atomic disassemblers, yes, I went ahead and crafted this for that. Infused alloys, the energy tablets, not a problem. Atomic alloy, for that I needed the reinforced alloy and refined obsidian, and the reinforced is with diamond, and to do the refined obsidian, you just take crushed obsidian, and then you can, with the metallurgic infuser and diamond, infuse it to refined obsidian. Not all that hard to do. I've got plenty of diamonds with that. Oh, and then on this again, you do need to get the refined obsidian ingot. And for that, you need the osmium compressor, which you put in the refined obsidian dust in there, plus a piece of osmium or osmium gas, if you've got that. Who does? And that compresses it down into an ingot. I've done that once for this, and that's all. I don't know if I'll do more with that, just because there is no Mekanism armor in the pack, which is a shame because I would like that. Here's the recipe for the generators. The hardest thing was just initially getting all of the gold and redstone for the wind generators, because they each use 2 of these energy tablets, and redstone's been a hard thing for me to get, but I've got all that, so that's not a problem. So the other thing I got is this, the temporal pouch. So it's your hourglass, your time in a bottle. It allows you to store time, and the hard thing to get is this, the Nautilus shell. You can do that with mystical agriculture. You can sit there and use it with antimatter. If you happen to have a prismarine bee, you may get a chance of that. I got it this way. The wandering trader came by, and I spent 10 emeralds to get 2 of these because I figured, why not? And then I killed. Hi, yep, you're very back. So that's how I got my time in a bottle, and I already got almost 15 hours because I AFK a whole lot. I do. So it's been nice sleeping. The phantoms do spawn. I tested by not sleeping for a while and stood out here for a while, and yeah, the phantoms do spawn. That's okay. I killed it, and that was my first mob that I killed. And you can also see that I've completed this initial courtyard area in that I've got the outer porch set up all the way around, and that I have to admit is nice having that in place. I haven't built anything beyond that. I did need some cactus. I did a little sieving to get that. This is a red snad, which is supposed to. I think it just makes sugarcane grow faster, but I decided to try it, and yeah, I don't really see a difference with this. I don't see much of a difference. I guess this does help. Okay, well, it seems to help some, which is okay. Speaking of stuff, let's go ahead and drop that off. And I don't know if I showed this off, but yeah, I've got all my storage right there. It's very nice. I did get rid of the entire. Well, can't show that off over there. You didn't see anything there to the left. I did get rid of the heat generators, partially because I upgraded these cables, and they're using the second tier Mekanism cable because they transmit 50K electricity each, much better. And I needed something like a full 1,000, and the previous one was not doing it. The energy cubes here, it's full. I've got my Tesseract pulling up the power from above. It's full. It works great. All right, so let's head upstairs without spoiling. I've got some chickens over here. I planted some seeds and then lured them up here and pushed them in so that I could mainly get feathers. And excuse me, I don't need you anymore. Uh, Animals tick. I ran an observable, and they tick more than anything else on my base. Ooh, rotten flesh. So I looked at that and said, yeah, I had the cows over here. They're gone. I can plant more cows. I can plant more chickens. I've got plenty of feathers, tons of eggs. I'm good. And then I was looking at the jetpack here with the iron jetpacks, and this is not bad. It's just kind of very recursive. But instead, I think because I've got Mekanism, I'm going to go ahead with the Mekanism jetpack because it uses the hydrogen that I've not been using up to this point. In fact, over here, I've got this stuff right here. Let's grab all of that. Ooh, Blood Moon. Oh yeah, I was going to make this jetpack, and that's pretty cool in and of itself. But I have no armor on, so I'm going to go ahead and make the armored jetpack. And if I put this on, and let's click out of that, it's kind of funky because the backpack and the jetpack are overlapping, but that kind of works. I kind of like that. Oh, wrong key. That key. Oh, that little bottle that's hanging off of my belt. I let's go by. That is an antidote vessel, which greatly reduces the duration of negative effects. If I go into the nether and I fight wither skeletons and they hit me, I'm hoping that will reduce that a lot. Plus my magnet. Oh, I love that so much. It has been great. All right, let's take that off because there's no fuel in it. Dump it in there, and it'll get powered up. I'm not sure how much this holds. Let's say 64 buckets worth. We'll see. This has plenty. I decided that I would push this into this advanced chemical tank below with dumping excess, and it's also configured to push up to the top. So this one doesn't dump. So I have an additional chemical tank of storage, just so that I've got some on me. Maybe 24. Anyway, I dumped a oak barrel here, so it automatically fills up, and then I hit it with a whole bunch of dust, so I could get a bunch of clay. Because I was saying, okay, I'm done making clay one at a time. I'll make a stack of clay. I like that idea much better. That's not very much use out of this tank, which is very cool. So yeah, I'm guessing 24 buckets worth of hydrogen is stored in here. And it's almost done. and 24. There you go. So if we put that on and we come over here, by default, if you hit the space bar, looking down, you can see a little bit of the jets going. And H, yeah. Vector. Ooh, disable is scary. Okay, regular, hover. Oh, it pushes me forward with that. And not a fan of I'll go with regular. It's better. And so I can fly up with this. And I really need something, some good feather fall or boots of take no damage or something like that to help. Speaking of damage, I compacted my hammering and sieving using the flux hammer and the flux sieve. These are the upgrades. We don't have the recipes here for it, but if I go to the quests, what? Oh, that's for later. I need to actually make these things to unlock this stuff, but I did the flux hammer, which you take your regular mechanical hammer and way more iron to set this up. This bad boy, hit you on this. This takes information. It takes items from the inventory above. So just having a chest above, it pulls down an entire stack, which is great. So that's why I have this chest here. And this hammer has a diamond upgrade, which comes from three of these gold upgrades, which I needed to make cyan terracotta. I thought it was just regular terracotta. Nope, cyan. That's exactly what it needed. Anyway, this does 16 at a time at the cost of 512 RF a tick, which is sufficient for me. This fills up fairly fast. I hit it with the hammer so that it would output to this inventory here. By default, it would go out the bottom, which is no, I want this more compact. So it comes into here, and then this is my same setup from before where it says don't do dust. Plus I have the lever on here, so I could throw in, let's do a stack of cobble and toss that in here. And it just automatically pulled it down, and it'll do 16 at a time. And then because the lever's flipped on, it keeps the stuff in here. And that way I could do a whole batch of the blocks. I would grab 2,000 blocks of cobble, dump that into this chest up here, let that process through as I go off and do some other stuff, and then it's all gravel. And then when all the gravel is done, then I would flip the switch, that transfers up to here, and it gets pulled down to here, and now the gravel can get hammered into sand. And I just let all the sand get pushed into here. If I don't have this locked, it pushes it up into there, and now I've got gravel, sand, cobble, all this stuff in here at the same time, which is not bad. It just processes it from the top left across the top, and then left to right in the middle, and then left to right in the bottom. I would like it if it just did all the cobble first, and then all the gravel, and then all the sand, but it's okay. And then because now I have dust down here, it goes ahead and stops, because I don't want it to clog up with dust. I don't know if it even can take dust. Can you take dust? Let's put dust in here. It's smart enough to know that it can actually do anything with the dust, so it doesn't take it down. Good. The flux sieve here, I again hit it with the hammer to sit there and bump it into here, and then I can put items into here to push it down. This pulls automatically from an inventory above it. This does not. What the heck? Why not? What? I don't get it. Anyway, that pushes it into here. Again, set up with the diamond upgrade to speed things up. And then I've got my Fortune 2 Efficiency 3 mesh in there. And it does 16 at a time, which is very fast. And yay, I've got all that in place, which means I have a whole lot more redstone, because I pushed through a lot. 3 sets of 2,000. That's a lot. I've got plenty of cobble here, gravel, and sand. so I could sit there and use them as necessary for stuff. So that's what's going on. The other thing I want to do, and I'm not really wanting to go out there at night, but I'm going to do it anyway, is I want XP. And for that, I want a mob farm. And for that, I set this up over here. Oh yeah, I do have the jetpack. Anyway, I had to come all the way out to here because actually I'm going to stand right here for a second to stay out of the way of the phantoms. I went ahead and I pillared down this way, and it's just all mushroom fields. And then I went way out this direction. It's all mushroom fields. I went out this way, and about here it says forest, but it's not all the forest. It's like half of the building here would be mushroom fields, and so stuff wouldn't spawn. So I said, fine, let's push it out another block, another chunk, and all of this is forest, so mobs will spawn there. And I decided to line it up with this. So yeah, this line here, it's only 2 wide right now, but it'll be 3. Oh yay, the blood moon's almost gone. Yay. And this is my mob farm. Now, bog standardy sort of set up for me. Internally here, it's 11 by 11, because if I have any sort of well, I might be able to get a blaze spawner. In fact, I really should get a blaze spawner. That'd make getting the blaze rods much easier. But this gives me a place to put the spawners in here. Apotheosis is not in the pack or anything to tweak the spawners, which is sad. But anyway, I've made the mob masher, and there is a change with the latest build. Allows you to bridge blocks below you. So I was able to get below it, and let's break that. There's a piece of cobble down there, and I got a lever on top of it. Yeah, you can just barely see the hitbox of the lever. And I need to go up. Because I just lost my my piece of dirt. All right, let's grab the dirt. And out of the project chest, I'm going to grab those. And let's put the dirt back in place. What I want is some fans to blow the mobs in. And I'm going to need 8 of them for this 11 by 11. And this is why I actually set up... let's give me a little bit more room. This is why I wanted the feathers, because I went ahead and crafted some of these mob fan width upgrades. So if we take a look at this and show the area, it's got a range of 5 and a width of 1, which is perfect to push everything right into here, which is why this is 11 by 11. You know, there's 5 spawning spots, but they all get thrown into the hopper because I hit the wrong key. Come back there, you. All right. I'll edit that out. You'll never notice that. Anyway, so this doesn't need to be modified at all. This one here, to show the area, it's got the 5 wide. Anything that spawns there will get pushed into here, and again, pushed into the mob masher. Yay. I'm going to give it a single upgrade. Now it's a 3 wide. So anything in that zone gets pushed into this, and in it goes. This guy, show area and give it 2. It's a 5 wide. And again, this one needs to be given 1. And I'm not going to show the area because it's 3 wide. And so the end result is anything now on this end gets pushed into the center lane. This doesn't need an upgrade. This needs 1. This needs 2. And this needs 1. All right. So that now, everything that spawns in here will get pushed into the mob masher. I haven't noticed any bats spawning in here. That little chunk of cobblestone sitting there, that's 24 blocks away where the torches are. And that way I could sit out there without phantoms coming to me and just AFK while this is in darkness. And it did allow for mobs to spawn, which it wasn't super fast, but that's okay. I'm not in a super rush. Let's oh, before I do that, let's grab this and let's do I need more sticks. Okay, we'll do uh 8 sticks for right now because I needed 40 because I want to make the Mob Masher sharpness upgrade, and sadly it does not stack. Because if the swords would stack, that would make life so much easier. But I'm gonna just break this for right now. Put these 2 in. I already made the loot upgrade, which if we look at that, lapis, pretty cheap. It was easy to do that in one fell swoop. I will close this up. I will make those later. I got the wrong count. Anyway, up here, you can do it up or above or below. I decided to do it above for right now. I've got the absorption hopper in here with 2 upgrades. That makes it, well, if we hit the show area, that makes it an 11 by 11 zone. And I pushed it down the full amount. So it's 1 block below this, but I don't know if we can see it. It's kind of glitchy, but it's right in this area here. Yeah, I'm not. It's been very glitchy, that area. Anyway, it encompasses the entire interior space of this, so that's exactly what I want. Let's hide that. And it's configured to do liquids to this side and items to this side. So here's how I can get my XP. I've got the XP tap. I've got my jumbo tank of fluids. I can just get as many XP from there as I want. This will go ahead and drain it out, and I've got a fluid pipe underneath. There we go. And that way, if I die, I don't lose XP. And I'd rather store my XP elsewhere than on me, because, you know, chance of death, very high. Chance of losing my XP, also very high. So that's this. I will, with the mob pack, I will eventually make the XP solidifier, and it will start generating for me the jelly bellies that you can, or jelly babies that you can consume and get yourself XP that way. That because eventually this tank will fill up, which is not a good thing. So I'll just make a pipe and push that out and store it someplace, drawer or some sort. This is the stuff that's come out from the little amount of time that I've AFK'd here, and I really am glad to see the ender pearls. That makes me super, super happy. Let's dump you off right now. I do have an item pipe here with the advanced pipe upgrade in it, and I've told it bows can go into the trash can because I'm not going to need any of these bows. So let's turn that on, and all the bows are gone already. Let's grab the leather stuff, because I'm going to program head and tunic and pants and boots. And so if I come in here and edit this and get rid of this tag, then any leather armor of these types will get voided. It doesn't matter what the spell is, what the damage is on them, they all get voided. And if we toss these guys in, oh, and turn that on, and they're gone already. So likewise, let's see, helmet, chest, legs, and boots. We'll put these in. 1, 2, and my mouse gets pulled to the center every time I click that in, which it's okay. It's just it's a little annoying to have my mouse get moved away from me, but that's okay. We'll submit these just so that those gold armor bits can go away, because I don't need them. If I really didn't have this in my situation in the mod pack, I would set up something to allow a furnace to burn these up. That would be easily enough done. I'll deal with those later. Something that I found, and I'm gonna have to do something to process these. I did them one at a time before, just for fun, but if you crouch when you right click, you get all of them and wither skull. I now have 6 wither skulls. I now have I now have 11 wither skulls. All right, let's grab 2 more stacks of these. And where'd the other one go? That was just 1 more wither skull. No wither skull this time. But I do have plenty of good. This loot boxes is fantastic because that gives me so many really good resources. I'll leave that there. So that gives me tons and tons of resources. Now I have these lights up here that if I turn off and then come down here, let's take a look at it's now 0 light level inside. If I have them on, let's turn just 1 on. It's 2. There's a 1. You know, there's some 1s in there, but because of the version, there we go. We don't need anything other than light level 0, which is going to be great. Now, eventually, I want to make the GM chicken feed. So, actually, no. This one, I need 4 buckets of essence, which I can just pull out of the tank up above, and a seed of some sort, and all the rest of these bits I've already got. And that will give me GM chicken feed. I'll feed that to a chicken. I got lots of eggs to spawn up, or I could make a chicken seed. And that, when I get a rotten egg from that chicken, I'll be able to come here because, let's see, hit H to hover. Ooh, I can now fly over to here, which is super nice. And I'll be able to hit this right here. It makes a 5x5 area. I can hit that with the rotten egg and turn that into dreadful dirt or cursed earth. Go back to regular. And that should, regardless of the mob caps, well, not mob caps, it should spawn far more mobs. Not that I really need it because, boy, howdy, this is working really nicely for my needs. I don't think I really need the cursed stuff. I might, just because I'm going to test it to see if cursed earth or dreadful dirt over here in the mushroom fields biome, if that will still spawn mobs in darkness. I don't know. If it does, then I can take all of that and move it close so that I can sit there and have one of these zones, like, you know, this be or maybe onto the side, would be the top floor of the mob farm. So it'd all be hidden underneath. In fact, it would definitely fit in this because this is bigger than 11 by 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And it's a little bit larger. It's not square either. It's rectangular. But yeah, and because if the dreadful dirt works, then I don't need to keep running way out over there, which is a real pain. But that gives me an XP source, which means then I can start coming up to my my enchantment table over here, and I can start enchanting stuff. Let's no. I've got breaking 3, fortune 1. Don't care. I really want a pick that has silk touch, so I can start breaking blocks and getting and as much as I love the atomic disassembler, I can't enchant it. So I might be able to add a book manually in a anvil, maybe. I don't know, but I need the silk touch book. So in any case, I really want silk touch on some pick so I can start breaking some stuff. But that's the plan. And it's night already, but it's been a blast getting a lot of this stuff. And oh, hey, I've got a chess piece from that jetpack. Wee, wee, ouch. Too much fun. The nice thing now of having hovering flight is now I can start building floors underneath me easily. I can start actually making an island as opposed to this platform. I don't know how big of an island I'm going to make, just because I've got this idea of this villa around the central courtyard. But I do like the idea of moving the mob farm close. Just bring it within, a smaller area. Because I'm lazy and I don't want to keep running over there. Plus, I might go to the Nether with the next. Maybe. Anyway, this has been Grok the Duck Farmer here, getting a bunch of stuff done with the Factory in the Sky mod pack that we're playing here on the FTOG server, and you can too. Server's open until people stop playing on it. That's kind of the way the FTOG Minecraft servers play. As long as people are playing, we keep them up. When nobody plays, then we decommission them, let some other mod pack spin up instead, and then we play on that. And thanks for watching.